Well, hello, dears. I don't usually live stream at this time, but what is usually anymore? So here I am, giving you a huge, safe, clean, sterile, but full of love hug. How are you? How are you? I know I haven't been doing as many live streams for a while, but please know that I do connect with you deeply in my way every day, and I'm so grateful for you. Maybe you can hear a little bit of my our short film being mixed in the studio next door. Hi, it's good to see you. And I have a few updates. This is my new digs, my new studio. I've got my piano over there, and hi, Radwan. And we did a show with that backdrop. And my boyfriend Nipun Nair and I are doing another concert on Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, around about this time. What time is it? Yeah. Or no, sorry, not this time at all. 3 hours ago. 5 o'clock for me, and for those of us on the West Coast. Hi. From. I hope I'm pronouncing your names correctly. It's good to see you. It's good to connect with you and see you in my heart. And then I held up this play, which is phenomenal, and some of you might know I was cast in it. It was going to be in June, but we all know what's happening with plays and things, so there's discussion about it coming in August. Of course, in socially distanced measures and all of that good stuff, so I'll let you know. But I just wanted to reach out and share a fountain of love to you. Sometimes I get a nudge to do a live stream even though I don't know what will be said, but I feel that nudge, and I'm just not just. And I am offering what's been helping me. Helping me lately has been deepening my trust and looking at, is there any place, hi Zach, thank you, I am healthy and well, feeling into, is there any place in me that's holding or that's tight, and breathing into that place, going, there's some sort of belief connected to that, or some sort of emotion that doesn't want to be felt, and checking in as much as possible, freeing those things up. I don't have to examine every single one. Maybe some of them have an insight to look at, but maybe some of them just want to be let go of. And as I keep opening, it helps me to trust in my life. The overwhelming evidence has been that everything works out in some beautiful way. And for me, there's no right or wrong or value. I mean, it's a dangerous thing to say on the internet, I suppose. But what that means is we know what is in alignment with love and with those high frequencies and loving ways of being. And there are frequencies and there are alignments, but in terms of like which choices are the right ones and the wrong ones, they're choices, and they all have an impact. And when I can look at that and see, well, the way that things are now isn't the way that I was expecting, but I feel like I'm learning how to not really have those kind of expectations. We still have to have something that we're working towards, but to keep checking in and relaxing into a new way of being, a new way of listening and tuning in to what needs to be offered in the world. Hi, Zach says, I think I need more self-love, and your vids have helped me with that in the past. Thank you, Zach. That means so much to me. That's beautiful. Ooh, I love this. Marwan fans. Hi, you are my best teacher. Blessings. Zach says, the last few months I've felt kind of numb, not depressed, but I just don't feel deeply sad or happy anymore as I did like a year ago. It's kind of having me worried, but I'm trying to be kind to myself. I love that, being kind to yourself. What does that mean for you? What does that mean for you? So I'll speak to numbness in case anyone else is feeling that, and either way for you, Zach. In my experience, feel free to, as always, take or leave anything as you see fit, as it resonates for you. From my experience, numbness is it's like fight, flight, or freeze. That freezing, it's a defense mechanism, and it's a way to stop us from feeling something that we think might be overwhelming or might cause us pain, or we might not know what to do with it, or might not be up to task. There are all sorts of interwoven beliefs that can be entwined up in there. And if I can, sometimes words won't necessarily help, but everything being vibration, everything being energy, which we know it is, sound is also a form of vibration, a form of energy. So if you sit really straight, the back of your spine long, and breathing in through your spine up, lengthening the back of your spine and down and out, letting your breath calm the front of your body down into the earth and slough off anything you don't need, and then in, up through your spine. It can even start to fountain out if you feel that you have an overflow, and it can create a torus field, a sort of a donut field. And from that place of feeling connected into your body, you can feel into, where do you feel that numbness? Or where does it feel like there's a darkness or a tightness or a holding or a heaviness or a hardness? And if you find that spot, if you find a spot, I feel like I've got a little one right in here, then you can breathe into that, and you can see if it has a sound it wants to make. I did something like this on Facebook a few weeks back, so, but it's always worth doing again. For me, it wants to go, And you can play around with a sound. Maybe it wants to go, wah! Or, maybe it's got some different sound for you. Maybe there's a different spot for you. For me, I feel that right in there. And whatever it is, whatever that sound is, let it grow, make it bigger. And maybe it'll become a word, or maybe something will release and open up for you, some emotion or a belief or a phrase. Whoa. Just keep giving it energy until something clicks. And you might move a little bit. For me, it wants to do that. And it just wants to laugh and be a little bit freed up. And it just, yeah, it just wanted to be kind of cuddled a little bit. Yeah, so that was something for me. I'd love to know if anybody else did this. Hi Husna. Welcome to my channel. I love that it's your first time. Every time is different. So we were just doing an exercise. Zach was talking about feeling numb, and so we were doing an exercise if anyone else is feeling numb, or feeling something and you don't know what, or feeling something and you think you know what, and it needs some attention. That's an exercise you can do, is feel into where in your body is the nucleus of that, and then give it some sound and let it grow and see what comes out. So I'd love to see if anybody else did that. Hi. Recently, am I British? A lot of the time, actually. But I've only been for a week, I suppose. Hi. Marwan. Marwan. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce your beautiful name. You're from Algeria, and can you give me advice to improve my English, please? You might want to go to 21 Accents channel. There's lots of dialect stuff there for you. This is more my performance videos and vlogs and things like that. Nurul says, I think people should meditate more. It makes life easier to manage. Well, it does. It does. I don't know about shoulds. I'm not all that fond of that word should anymore. But if that's something that is a helpful way for you to see it, then cool. For me, should puts a kind of pressure that I automatically want to rebel against. So I like to think of like, oh, I can meditate more. And every time I do, it brings me great joy and peace. Recently, says Zach, my anxiety has been incredibly high. So I feel that might be the cause. I love that you had your own insight there. Being kind to me means allowing me to feel my emotions instead of repressing them. Yes! I also try to do things I enjoy. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So I'll speak to anxiety for a moment. I know that one well. And yeah, anxiety for me is when something is disconnected. Something just needs to be grounded into the earth and reminded that I'm held, that I'm connected, and it also needs to release. Anxiety for me is if I'm not allowing the energy to be connected in to source and to leave and have a channel and have somewhere to go. So I love that you said in there that you do something that brings you great joy, I think is something like that. Yeah, things that you enjoy. So that's great because then there's a channel for that energy. Anxiety and excitement are really on the same spectrum. And if we allow that excitement, that anxiety to ground and feel connected in, and then to fountain out or channel into a project, that's a great use of that energy in my experience. What else do we have? Also appreciate the advice. Thank you. Rabat, Morocco. Oh, yay. Beautiful women. Best work. Beautiful. My accents are the best. Thank you. I really love them. And you'll be quite excited about some videos that are coming later on. Stay tuned. Can meditation help me not to be angry easily? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Anger, in my experience, is a reaction to hurt, feeling hurt. So when I look at that emotion and I peel it back and I go, okay, wow, yeah, I'm really, really feeling angry. I'm really feeling angry. Then I can go underneath that. I usually will get that maybe sort of in my stomach. Breathe into there and peel back. What's underneath that? Sometimes it's hard to know what's underneath that. Sometimes you need to find a really safe way to let it out. And maybe that's going into your car or into your shower or somewhere you can just, again, make sound. I highly recommend sound because it's very coherent. Sound takes an emotion or a particular thought or vibration and it gives it this coherent vessel so it can move somewhere, it can go and be gone. And if you just, really let out that anger in a way that's not at somebody else or in a way that could hurt yourself or somebody else, but in a really safe way. It might be hard if you're quarantined. Again, that's why, like, if you have a car or if you have a closet or something and you can just do pillows and just, just get really, really angry and be like, wow, let's see how angry I can get, human. I am so human right now. Let me just see how angry I can get. At some point, it will break. It will let go. And on the other side of that, maybe you'll laugh. Maybe you'll cry. Maybe you'll feel very tender. but there'll be something there. Something there. And usually anger for me is also tied up in a belief. So it can be helpful. Sometimes there's just so much of a feeling you need to let it go for a bit, just like siphon it off for a bit so you can think clearly. And then when you feel like you're in a space where you can be calm in your body, then as you were saying, meditation, love that idea, vibes to you. Then you can do something like this exercise we were doing where you can really sit and connect in and go, okay, where do I feel that anger in my body? If I let that sound off and release, what's underneath that? And maybe there's a belief that's tied up in there, like this person took advantage of me. Well, what does that mean? What would happen if I was taken advantage of? What would that mean? Would that mean that I can't trust them? Would that mean that I can't trust myself, that I trusted them? What does that mean? Peel that back. Peel that back. And if that's, wow, they betrayed me. I trusted them and they betrayed me. So what does that mean? Well, gosh, I guess I can I trust myself that I trusted myself to trust this person and they let me down. Well, okay, were there any signs about that? Was there anything that I could, if I was to have this information, this experience happen in another circumstance, was there anything that I could learn about here and do differently the next time? Maybe I need to get a contract if I'm going to go into business with the person, even if they're my absolute friend. Okay, all right. So I can do that. I can say, hey, I know you're my friend. I found in the past that I need to have a contract moving forward. It just makes everything clear and easy to understand, and we're all on the same page. Okay, can I trust myself to do that in the future? Yeah, I can. All right. What do I need to do about this circumstance? Is there something that needs to be forgiven or understood or discussed? And then when I'm clear in those emotions and I ask for guidance in that meditative place, it can help me, look at what's underneath that anger, what's underneath the emotion, feel clearly if there's something that I need to take action on. And for me, I know that it's the right thing for me to do if I feel clear of those really intense emotions and if it feels like a compassionate, loving thing that is in my integrity for me and the other person. And if I'm not there yet, and if I know I'm reacting out of then I just, all right, I'm not done with my meditation yet. I better dig a little deeper and slough that off and do what I need to do to get clear. So there's the long version. Let's see what else we have. Any country I live in the USA. Me? Hi, in Brazil. Boa tarde. Yay. I live in Los Angeles in the USA. Nurul says, energy can be positive or negative. Energy can be transferred to other people. Good energy makes better people. Yeah. I mean, there's a whole spectrum. And we decided that one of them was positive and one of them was negative. Really, they're different. We know what it feels like. It feels really yummy to have what we call positive, which is kind of a relative term, isn't it? So if there's something that's higher than the vibration that I'm currently feeling, it will relatively feel higher. And I'm going to feel more happy. So, even with that, anytime I'm getting into binary terms, I know I have a song called Binary Stars and I love it. And it's funny because that term, it means a binary star system is one that looks like one unit, but really it's two whole, complete entities, celestial bodies, orbiting a common center, like me and my man, like partnership. Anyway, yes, positive vibes make us feel so good. And so they're always a good use of time and energy. Hi everyone. Zach says, for anywhere that relates, sometimes my anxiety stems from a pure OCD brain cycle and ADHD hyperfocus. The best way to combat this is acceptance and facing fears head on. It's called exposure therapy. Awesome. Yeah, it gets easier, doesn't it? It gets easier. Another thing I do for anxiety is I'll hold my hand right here, right in my solar plexus. This is a place that that a lot of us, just like our third eye is a great place to open up. The next is often our solar plexus. There's a lot of transformation happening right now in our solar plexus, and so it can be nice to just breathe into there. It's very calming. It's also sort of the base of your vagus nerve, this nerve that goes up here. I believe it's the longest nerve in your body. And as you breathe in, you can hum and feel that vibration there. Yeah. So, what a delight to get to connect with some of you that I don't normally get to connect with when I live stream at a different time of the day. I hope you're feeling well, or at least in a higher vibration than you were a moment ago. I know I feel well, and I'm grateful for you. And what else was I going to say? Oh no, I did. Yeah, so I'm excited that we're in post-production on Into Light, the short film that I wrote and star in about Inez Milholland. I'm so excited to share this with you all. It's really beautiful. I have an amazing team, and it's so full of heart. And thank you for those of you who contributed. It's a dream come true. We're getting close to done, another few weeks here. So, more about that in the future. All right, me darlings, it's really good to see you. Take care. Much love. Vibes to you. And we are connected.